Hey guys, it's Aaron again with New Buzz Farm. I wanted to take a second while it's a nice day outside during the winter and kind of show you how my hive is winterized. This hive, this is what I've been doing with my others. So first thing is during the winter for moisture control. So you can see here I actually have a wedge. I have wedges on both sides. What that's doing is it's tilting my hive forward to aid in moisture draining out the front, and also on the top here, what you don't want is the moisture collecting and then dripping down onto your bees. So if you can angle your hive forward, that encourages those moisture droplets to not fall directly on top of the bees, but actually travel, down the front of the hive and out the entrance. Other thing you notice here is my hive. I have normally this unpainted piece of wood is not here. It's called an entrance reducer. I actually like to put mine in upside down. Most people will put them in so that entrance is actually on the bottom board side, the slit cut in it there. What I've been doing this year is I turned them the other direction, and that way if we get dead bees build up on the bottom board like they sometimes do during the winter time, the bees don't block the bottom entrance. And so that's the purpose of that. And as you can see, I have some 1/2 inch hardware cloth that's stapled over that. That's to keep mice out. That's a mouse guard. Mice can go in and do damage to your comb and chew things up and defecate in your hive, and you really don't want that. I have some holes drilled in my supers. This is kind of an experiment I'm doing. During the summertime, those are opened up for ventilation. I mean, it gets really hot here in Kansas, 100 degrees plus, and I find that the more ventilation, the better. And one thing I don't use a screen to bottom board, and so far so good. I haven't had, from what I can tell, I haven't had ill effects from overheating. But anyway, that's why I drilled the holes. But during the winter, I have a cork in this middle one, and this top one you can see. I made these covers out of can lids. That's tin can lids that I cut and then drilled holes in part of them, and you can rotate them. I probably don't want to do it too much here, bother the bees, but you can rotate them to close the hive or open it up for only ventilation. I have it opened up so that right now, so they have a really, really small top entrance. That's going to allow a little bit of air circulation to the top of the hive as well, which will help with moisture, is my hope. One thing you can't really see here is this top flap. The outer cover is slid all the way forward, and there's actually, on the inner cover, there's a hole, and that basically is providing additional ventilation as well, kind of another top entrance. Anyway, what else here? On the north side of my hive, these are just straw bales that I picked up for $3-4 a piece, and I just stacked one of those on the north side. You can see, back up a little bit here, I keep my hive set up on pallets, and the reason for that is it just makes things easier. They're at a working level. I don't have to be so close to the ground while I'm working my hives, and it kind of gives me a table to set things on while I'm working as well. And then, but the straw bale there is to block the north wind, which is our prevailing winter wind and the coldest wind we get. So that, again, is helping keep that hive protected somewhat. And see, I leave an airspace here. You don't necessarily want anything pushed up directly against your hives, because that can provide a good home for mice and other critters you really don't want in the hive. So I like to keep a space there for a little bit of just breaking. And then always here, I'm going to keep something heavy on top. I have some old flagstones I stack on top of my hives. That just keeps, well, first of all, we're in Kansas, so the wind blows really hard. It keeps your hive from blowing over, and it keeps anything from pulling your hive apart. I heard lots of stories, raccoons and a lot of different animals like to get into hives if they can. So, yep, that's all I wanted to talk about. Have a good one.